Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Hamdan yuwafi ni'amahu wa yukafi'u mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhik wa 'azimi sultanik. Allahumma salli ala Sayyid Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. A very good day. Okay, a very happy Wednesday and a very happy 9th Muharram. Okay, special day, Ashura day. Okay, according to the Islamic calendar. So hope everyone's having a nice Wednesday. All right, so today I'd like to continue with a series of how to be confident in the MUET speaking test. Okay, so I'm sure many have tried, done practice, and so and I'm sure you have those times or those moments where you feel that your ums cannot be avoided. You know how when you're talking, you're like and well, you know what, I had that problem too. Okay, so today's tip is how to avoid using ums. All right, so when we get nervous, we tend to have our ums. These are what we call fillers. Okay, fillers. When we get nervous or we lose our words, we tend to say So it doesn't only happen in using the English language, but it happens when we use our own first language. Okay, when we use Malay, that sometimes happens too. Kan bila kita tengah bercakap rasa macam nervous, kan macam ni kan, right? So see my so there are certain times where is okay and certain times where is just distractive. All right, so how can you get rid of your I'm going to give you some tips, and this is something that I did when I was a student in university, and actually I still had it. All right, after once I started teaching, I still had this kind of thing. All right, so figured a way of how to avoid ums when I'm speaking in public or in any presentation. So what you do is when you want to say something, all right, now there are some people that like to say you know untuk gantikan tu. However, you can also do this. So you can also, whenever you feel like saying you try to stay silent. Okay, stay silent. So ni sebenarnya is sometimes there untuk bagi masa untuk you fikir. Okay, so sometimes we have that is there because we need some time to think out the words that we are going to say. All right, you understand me? So we have to first understand why we have our So we have the is because sometimes we just need that time to arrange our words, nak susun kata-kata kita, our next words after that. Okay, so instead of saying try to use something which is wiser. So what I did is I would replace my with a silence. Okay, so you can try this too. And I did after several months. Okay, so whenever I had to present something or I had to give a talk in front of an audience or even in a meeting, okay, see, do come out. Okay, so whenever I need to have a serious talk, I replace my with a silence. Not a long silence, however, a silence that shows that I'm thinking. Okay, that shows people that I am, thinking. So what I do is when I feel like saying when so you gantikan dengan silence. Macam duduk diam sekejap. So for example, okay, this is how a sentence or a talk, a short talk will be like if you have Okay, so Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to say that today is a really, really nice day, and I have a lot of things to say to you, and so like my first point is that that people really need to be very, very confident when they are speaking. Okay, so perasan tak, tu sangat mengganggu. Okay, sangat mengganggu. All right, so these are the times where you need to find ways to avoid the to omit the Okay, so here let me do it one more time. All right, now replacing the with silence. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so I would like you to see how I do it. I would like you to try it too. All right. Okay, so just imagine I'm nervous. I'm nervous during my MUET speaking test, and I'm trying to think of something to say. Okay, and I'm going to replace my with silence. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good day. So today I would like to tell all of you and share about how to be more confident in speaking English. So the first point is that you have to make sure that you have a good breathing experience. Okay, so do you see that difference? So every time I have the urge of saying I just keep quiet and just give a gesture. Nampak tak? Okay, I'd like you to try it today. I'd like you to try it today in front of the mirror. Okay, you ambil satu teks, you ambil satu soalan dalam MUET book, any MUET book. You take the question about the speaking test question example. Okay, and you try to present it in front of the mirror. I'd like you to try to see whether you say or not. Okay, and so when you're able to omit or let go of your you'll become much more confident in your speaking. Okay, so those are the things that usually some people find, oh no, I can't speak because I have so much Okay, so here we have a question. Alia, Assalamualaikum madam, during task 1 kan boleh ke elaborate pendek je, means in one sentence only, and then terus proceed with the example for each point. Okay, very good question, Alia. So here's a question for task 1. So this is a very good question. Okay, so are you okay, so remember for task 1, your target here, you have to set the target where you gonna target 3 main ideas. Okay, by hook or by crook, you have to try to get 3 ideas. Okay, 3 main points. So masa tu sangat singkat, yes, it's very limited. Tak ada singkat, it's limited. Okay, terhad. So that means you have to practice in how to get your 3 points out, and 1 sentence elaboration and 1 sentence example. So yes, it is okay to have 1 sentence. Tak adalah pendek. Okay, make sure your message is delivered. Okay, make sure you get your message through. Alright, however, tak perlu bersentence, tak perlu berayat-ayat. Okay, you don't have to have a lot of sentences. So it's okay if okay, boleh elaborate pendek je, which means in 1 sentence only. Yes, okay. So 1 sentence of elaboration should be enough with example, as long as your point is clear. Okay, insyaAllah. So try to practice that out. Make sure, tapi jangan after you've done practice, Alia, your intro, okay, introduction, your 3 points kan, with your elaboration example, and then your conclusion, make sure it's within 2 minutes lah. Okay, kalau 1 minute sahaja itu memang pendek sangat. Alright, that means that it is too short and maybe it's not enough points or enough content for the examiner to evaluate you. Alright, Alia, I hope that helps. Okay. Okay, and then Amira Hanis, will the marks be deducted if there are many uses of Okay, Amira Hanis, no, don't get me wrong. Kan panjang. To my knowledge, okay, if your content is delivered, it's okay. Alright, the only thing that might influence your marks is the fluency marks. Kalau dia banyak sangat kan, sampai fluency you terganggu, okay, terganggu your fluency, Usually there are marks on fluency. Usually, okay? Usually fluency marks ni. Okay. However, if tu ada sikit-sikit tu sampai tak terganggu fluency, it should be okay lah. Right, Amir Hanis, insyaAllah. I do have my too tau. Tapi Madam dah belajar untuk you know, control. So try to control your if you rasa tu banyak lah. Kalau macam sikit-sikit, it's okay. You shouldn't disturb your fluency. Right? I wish you the best, Amir Hanis. Okay, Siddiq Nursilawati, Assalamualaikum Waalaikumsalam Warahmatullahi Ta'ala Barakatuh. Madam, can I choose sports as my speaking test, which they want the contemporary issues? Madam, can I choose sports as my speaking test, which they want the contemporary issues? So here, I'm trying to understand your question. So if soalan tu minta contemporary issues macam tu. Usually there's the question in the speaking test dia dah direct tau, meaning it usually is already specific to which contemporary issue they mean. Okay, so for example, education issue, or perhaps sports issue, or consumerism issue. Okay, so usually it is detailed already. So if you have sports, you are given a sports situation, then of course you have to answer it within the contemporary context. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Alright? So it all depends on the question lah. Okay, kalau dapat sports lah jawapannya. Alright? Okay, so I wish you the best with that. Yeah? Siddiq Nursilawati. Okay, good. Farza Nur Irfa Farza. Okay. Good. It's good that you understand. Okay, so any more questions before we end the session? So that's basically the tips for today. Pendek saja. Okay. So I'd like you to try that out. Kalau you rasa you ada penyakit tu, macam Madam dulu. Okay. You can try that. You replace your with silence. Pause. Sorry, not silence. Silence macam okay. So a pause. Okay, so Madam ucapkan selamat berpuasa bagi yang berpuasa pada hari ini, those who are fasting in conjunction with 9th Muharram. Okay, Alia, thank you for the response, Madam. By the way, Madam, for task 2, even though we've chosen 1 point, but whenever we want to agree or disagree with certain points, kita still perlu have ideas to support our point, kan? Okay, so here for task 2, a very good question, Alia. Now for task 2, the beauty of 2 is that yes, we do have our own point that we support. All right. So whenever you want to agree or disagree, it's best that you stay with your point. All right. So for example, candidate A, you are candidate A, you give your opinion, all right? And then candidate B gives their opinion. Candidate C gives their opinion. And then candidate B's opinion, you disagree with candidate B. So here, yes, you then based on your point that you stated before, okay? And make sure it relates to what candidate B says. Alright, don't just say, oh, I disagree. Why? Because I disagree. Okay, you can't say that. You have to say, I disagree because, like what I said earlier, it's like this, right? And then candidate C has the same opinion as candidate B. And so what do you say? Okay, and now it's like 2 against 1. Alright, so you say, okay, candidate C, I don't agree. That's a good idea. However, I still find that this is the best option because, like I said before, this. All right. And then comes candidate D. Candidate D also disagrees, has another option. So now what do? Okay, as candidate A, you can choose to agree with them. Okay, since you are now the minority, so here you have to try to help the group to come to a conclusion. Okay, so if you see that many in the group are now having different viewpoints as you, okay, to help the group to come to a conclusion, a unanimous conclusion. It's best that you try to agree with them, okay, but giving your reason. It's not because, okay, oh, you all have that same idea, okay, I agree with you all lah. Okay, so it's try to find that a reason why you agree. So you can just repeat what they said. Okay, so yes, since candidate C, what you said just now was interesting, and so I think I also agree with you where you said blah 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 blah. Okay, and so I now agree with your point also. All right. So, a lot of things can happen in task 2. However, task 2 is really, really fun in that way because it's flexible. All right. So you can agree at one point, and then as the discussion goes on, you disagree at another point with a good reason. So it's really, really interesting. So you make sure you have fun with that, yeah, Alia, inshallah. All right, Ferianen, Saravanan, good afternoon, madam. In speaking task B, there are a lot of points in that. So how we have to choose from that, or we can talk about all points mix. Okay, now this is another good question, and many people, many candidates, even my Ketukians, ada yang confused about this. All right. So yes, there are like five points in the mind map. So please be careful. Don't explain all of them. Okay? Jangan be excited and explain semua. So, I want to show the examiner that I boleh explain semua. So I elaborate semua. No, the examiner doesn't want to hear you explain everything. Okay? You akan ambil masa 8-10 minit dah. So here what you do is the objective of task B is so that you try to discuss and decide the best point. Okay, so that means you have to give the best point. Okay, so giving your opinion on one at a time is enough. So don't go and say, okay, 1, 2, 3. I agree with 1, 2, 3. All right, I like to suggest that 1, 2, 3 is the best option. No, you don't have to have 3, just 1. Okay, kan 3, you ambil 3, habis 3 minit. Okay, so discussion tu sepatutnya 8 to 10 minutes. So just it's enough that you present one at a time. Okay, one at a time. What I mean by one at a time is that, okay, each time you speak is that you support one. You support or disagree on one. So you give time for others to speak also. Okay, Daniel, hello. Okay, so nice to have an ex-Ketukian back in here. I hope that these tips will still help you in your English learning. Okay, you're welcome, Alia. Okay, Muhammad Hazwan asked, to disagree with one's point, do we need to use our point to show that we are disagree, or do we need to state the reason why we are not agree with the point? Okay. So Hazwan, again, like I said, this is really flexible. Okay, the task 2 is really flexible, where you can use either that person's point and say, I disagree with your point because you said that, for example, you mentioned just now that the most important part in the health system in Malaysia are the doctors. Okay, so I would like to disagree with that because I feel that education is the most important, because it's education that helps to build or develop and establish the doctors in the health system. Macam tu. Okay, so meaning kita refer kepada dia, point dia, however, kita ada justification dengan point dia. Yes, okay. We have a reason why we disagree with the point, bukan disagree semata-mata. So tak terpulang lah. It depends. It's up to you whether you want to use their point or your own point. But of course, as you can see, yeah, okay. So you have to have your own reason in order to explain that you disagree. Faham tak? Okay, do you understand that? Terbelit pula in my own words. Okay, faham tak? So you can use your own point untuk disagree with their point. Macam tu. Okay? Okay, hope that answered your question. Alright. Okay, Ferianen. Did I mention that? Did I pronounce that properly? Ferianen. So beautiful. Okay, that means during the preparation, we've to prepare as many points as possible for 1 point from the mind map. It's better to prepare that, yes. I would stand by, I would stand by 2. Okay, 2 points. Okay, just in case, you know, someone else also has that same viewpoint. I take 1 I agree and 1 I disagree, like really, really badly. Yeah. Okay, so that I have points on why I like to disagree with that. Okay, Alia? Okay, has 1. Okay, it's good that I understand. So yes, I repeat, to disagree with one's point. You refer to apa dia cakap tu, and then you give your viewpoint. Okay, your own opinion why you disagree. Tu baru lengkap your disagreement. Right? Okay, guys. Alright. What a fruitful discussion we have today. Alright. So all this I explain in my speaking class, alright, of how to take notes. Kan? Like what Alia asked just now. Okay, what you have to do when you want to take notes, alright? What the note-taking strategy. So I have in my class, I teach you the note-taking strategy for MUET speaking tests. Okay, so I have developed a strategy for the new format. The one in my videos in YouTube channel here. Okay, the earlier videos, my earlier videos, I did show how to take notes for the old format. Okay, di lain sikit format dia. So kali ini, okay, I have developed a strategy for new format, and that one I explained in my speaking online classes. I plan to have one soon. Sepatutnya minggu depan, tapi something came up. Okay, so I think I'll have to do it the next week. Hopefully in time for MOD. MOD September. Kalau jadilah. Okay, September MOD. Okay, Fariza, teacher, as we know that there are only 5 points for task 1. 2? 1, 2? In speaking tests were given, right? Is that good if I state my own point of view ideas? Okay, so alright. So Fariza, yes, that's true. In the instructions, alright, in the speaking test, kalau tengok sample dia, if you look at the sample given by NPM, it says that you may use the points below and you may have your own points. Alright? Alright? So, yes, you are allowed to. However, okay, I always like to play safe. Okay. So, jangan kecam madam sebab menghalangkan creativity. However, in my viewpoint, I feel that it's better to just refer to the points that are given there, because in the end you all kena decide on one sahaja. Okay, so I don't want you to be all confused and go in all directions. If you have 1 hour to discuss it, by all means, all right, by all means, try to think of any points. However, you only have 8 to 12 minutes 8 to 12 minutes to discuss with 4 people. Okay, in a group of 4, try to decide on one point. Okay, so you all gonna discuss, and then dapatkan satu agree on one point. Okay, so I don't think you have to habis masa untuk dapatkan point sendiri. Okay, your own point. Okay, your own elaboration, yes. However, okay, you salurkan energy you untuk dapatkan the elaboration. Okay, so you just choose whatever is there, 1 or 2, all right, for task 2, and then it's better you use your energy to think of elaboration and the points there. Don't waste your energy on trying to think of other creative points. All right, just use the ones that are there. All right, okay guys. Okay, so Madam doakan the best for you, Fariza. Okay, Okay, guys. 25 minutes already. Okay, so fruitful discussion. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for your participation in joining this live session with me. It's nice talking to you guys, although I'm the one talking and you're the one typing, but I do feel that I'm talking to people. Okay, so thank you again. Happy 9 Muharram, and all the best. Okay, semoga Allah jaga, Tuhan jaga you all. Assalamualaikum. Ciao. Bye bye.